Hey guys, welcome back. We're here to do another Rate My Base episode. We are going to attack matthpepper18. So we are using King Bladestorm again. Nothing really special, a little bit of blunt damage, and a very minor amount of normal damage. All gold boosting items. So we don't use scrolls in this series. We go through, I'll explain a little mini-map a little bit. I've never attacked this person before, so I would give you my initial thoughts. Whatever he has over here is typically the tower that is the most predominant in his base. How they actually calculate it is whatever he spent the most money on upgrades and tower-wise. So that's why a lot of times you'll see fireball cannons in the front if he's a lower level player and he will only have one or two, because they are extremely expensive compared to the other towers. He is 2,700 trophies range, and these stats up here are showing he's extremely hard player to beat. So I am guessing most of these towers are going to be actual fireball towers. He's using a lot of pyromancers in his waves, which you don't need that many pyromancers. The pyromancers, they do very, very little damage on their initial fireball. Most of it comes from the damage over time, whereas actually the mortars do a decent amount of damage with their initial attack, their shot of poison, and then they do another good chunk of damage with their damage over time. So if you are going to add a lot of one of these ranged units, you'd rather put mortars in there versus pyromancers. A little bit of cannons, or a little bit of paladins and archers, frosters. Frosters, when leveled up, they get extremely powerful and they slow for a very long duration. So that is an extremely great effect. I've went across a couple high-level bases that have like level 7 or level 6 frosters, and the slowdown is like for 5 or 6 seconds, and you're just slow, and you attack slow. It's horrible. So base design, the road path looks good. He has a connection right here at choke point, where his troops are going to sit and attack your troops. He has a lot of barriers and stuff in the way. Oops, I think we actually lost connection here. Okay, so he has a lot of barriers and stuff in the way here, which is good. Means that it takes time for you to get through this area so you can get over here and kill all his ranged troops that are attacking your reinforcement troops. So very, very good design there. And that's the only thing that stands out. Like, I don't like having two cannons up here in the corner. If you're going to put cannons up here, I like them more in the corner spot, like right there. I believe that's where this one is. And yeah, that's where that one is as well. These ones up here in the very, very top, you could actually come and sit like right in this corner right here and attack the gate and that tower right at the same time. And same thing with that one. And so, you know, unless you're really, really weak and you're just there by yourself with your hero, you'll be able to kind of like freely attack two towers at once. So if you do, since you have something in the corner spot, which I like that spot a lot for up here, I would bring these guys down one spot down to there, and then with them being right there, you can't attack the tower in the same like hammer strike. You can still run with the spell, but then that takes some time and makes you more vulnerable. So I would move these towers down one spot. Other than that, everything else looks good. He's using all barricades and blockades, which is what you need to do for higher level gameplay because the spikes aren't really effective. So we'll go ahead and take a look. We're going to use pyromancers to attack his fire bolt cannons. They have resistance to fire shield, and they also do fire damage, which the firebolt cannons are weak to. So they're kind of like the anti-firebolt cannon unit. We are going to bring some cannons along, and then knights. For spells, we don't have anything else unlocked except for Hammer Strike, level 9, Sword Rain, level 6, Firestorm, level 5. We could use Heal, but Bladestorm and Sonic Blast are locked. Most likely in this setup, we probably will take out the Sword Rain, and the reason is he doesn't have that many choke points, and the Heal spell will actually help us become stronger with our hero, and then we'll be able to take off the burning damage. And if we can get some of our knights and cannons to come with us in this little area, we can heal them as well. So it'll help us get past this area a lot more quickly and efficiently, whereas his ranged troops, we should be able to get to them, and we can lure them out a little bit past these barriers. The only spot where we really have to worry about the ranged troop is right here. So the sword rain would really only be effective like right there. Heal spell, I think, would be a better choice for this type of base. We'll see how things work out. We're going to go in like this. We're going to start off with one cannon, and then we're going to see kind of like what the layout is. And then we may bring out a second cannon. We're definitely not going to beat the base. We have, you know, a high amount of trophies he's giving us and a high amount of medals. Okay, so we're going to bring in another cannon. And then now a lot of knights. The knights will help us kill the paladins right there. And then now I can heal up my knights a little bit. I'm going to save my troops just a little bit so I can build up some more and figure out what kind of troops I want to bring out. So I'm going to bring out a couple cannons. I do have the heal spell right there, which is nice. It's helping me take away that burn and the poison from the mortars. And if I can get past this area, so I can burn these guys up here, and that will take out some of his archers. So now it looks like I will have to actually hold off on some of the troops and build up enough to get the guys out of that choke point. So now that when you don't have any troops in an attack, the units all start moving forward. So if we can bring them past that barrier by walking back just a little bit, we'll now summon out some knights. So we should have some pyromancers coming, and then some knights now coming, unless they're all getting stuck in that choke point. You see there's a knight right there. We just got enough time to heal him, and now he's at full health, which is great. So he's going to help us do a little bit more damage. And you can see here are our reinforcement knights. So now we're constantly bringing out more knights. We have heal spell again, so now we can all regenerate them, and they can get past this area where there's a lot of dots, damage over time. I'm going to call the pyromancers over there so they attack that firebolt cannon, because if I don't, then all my knights are actually going to get burned by that firebolt cannon, and the knights, they take a lot of damage to the fire and the damage over time. So you can see we did a fairly good job. We're going to try... No, it won't matter because you don't get any more money unless you actually destroy the next thing. So we did a decent job getting to his base. 42%. 17 trophies, 158 medals. So you can see the game is definitely awarding you a good amount of medals for challenging stronger opponents. So we'll take a look at here. So, like I said, I believe that the heal spell did a lot better than the sword rain would have, because he doesn't have many choke points. He doesn't have many areas where the ranged troops are going to really be like sitting and double hitting. We were able to bring out his units and lure them down here past that barrier, so we were able to take them. A lot of his units did end up sticking right there and pew 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 away against my troops, and so a lot of the guys did die there. We did have some nice reinforcements that came up, and I was actually surprised that were able to get up over in this area. That's a pretty good job for someone who's giving you 53 trophies and 373 medals. So if we did a scroll, we could have gotten maybe up to here, possibly. So, not too bad. But overall, the base is solid. What people like to do a lot is have, like, 2 of these kind of choke points, or either that or, like, a really, really long one. And that seems to be more effective in the new big trend. Like, if you look at some of the, like, the top 10 players, they have like double choke points, but they're only like one little space. But this base in this road setup is actually a very good setup. The only downside to this is that there's no spot where you can have a firebolt cannon that's really hard to get to. So there's no like super difficult spot to get to with a firebolt cannon. So that's the only downside. And like I said, I would bring these cannons down a little bit. Otherwise, this is a very solid base. I definitely, think this is a good base. And for this trophy range and area, it's it's a 10 out of 10. It's a good base. It's gonna hold a lot of people back. And I might just swap out a couple of the pyromancers for a little bit more mortars. And those are the suggestions I do. But still, this is a very good base here.